Protecting kids online. Some new steps. Welcome back to Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin. With us from Roblox is Senior Director for Product Policy, Eliza Jacobs. Hi, Eliza.
Hi there, how are you?
Terrific. Great to meet you. And Roblox is the first online gaming platform to require facial age checks for all users who want to chat on the platform. Tell us about the move and why this is important.
Yes, as of today, everyone on the platform will need to complete this facial age check process before they're able to access any of our communication features. So this is a quick, easy, and privacy protecting way for us to know how old folks are on the platform. And then they'll only be able to chat with people that are in their peer group. So kids will be able to talk to other kids around their same age, but won't be able to chat with adults that they don't know.
Step us through the age check process and how this works.
Yeah, so it's a quick process in the app or on the desktop. So you just open up, start the process. You sort of turn your head left and right, sort of like how you open your iPhone with your face now. And we will estimate your age, and then we will delete that data immediately. So it's very privacy protecting. We only keep the information about how old you are and delete the other information, the other data.
Yeah, tell us more about how what parents should know really about privacy, the handling of a child's information, because the kids, I don't know how many millions are using the platform today, but a lot.
Yeah, as a parent myself, I completely understand concerns about how we might be using this information. So I want to reassure parents that we are deleting this data, these photos immediately. We're only keeping the information about how old this program estimates you to be. And then once we have that information, we're putting kids in the right set of default. So they'll have access to chatting, but only with kids their own age. They'll have access to the kinds of content that are appropriate for their age group. So all of those things will be set up automatically once we have this age information.
And I'm sure it's been through a lot of testing, but tell us how accurate typically is.
Yeah, we never would roll this out if we didn't think it was is accurate. So we believe it's very accurate, particularly actually for our younger users. It's even better, and so that's why we're rolling it out. And there's always the possibility that it gets something wrong, in which case you can write into our customer service and appeal. I know kids get very upset if it thinks they're younger than they are, which I completely understand. So if that happens, you can write into us. And it's also important that parents open up their own Roblox account and connect it to their kids' account, because then they can also help with that appeals process if it gets it wrong.
I'm 8.5, not eight, right?
Exactly. Yes. My 6.5-year-old is very specific about that. Yes.
What's the role that parents and families should have in managing online communication?
Yeah, we know that all families are different and make different choices for their kids, and even kids within a family might be different, right? What's appropriate for one and works for one might not work for their sibling. So we think it's really important that parents do set up their own Roblox account and connect their account to their kids' account so that they can have access to all of those parental controls and be able to make those choices about things like screen time or spending limits or content maturity on the platform. And it also really it opens up a dialogue between parents and kids. We recommend that kids and parents play together, that parents know which games their kids are playing, understand why they're having so much fun on the platform, get some of the lingo down. The more you can open up that kind of dialogue with your kids about what's fun about it, the more likely it is that your kids will come to you if they see anything that makes them uncomfortable and talk to you about it.
And tell us how all of this fits in with the broader effort there to protect kids online.
At Roblox, we know that kids aren't only on Roblox, they're on a lot of platforms, and we can only control what happens on our platform. But we're optimistic that by setting this new standard, other companies will follow us, and this will become sort of universally accepted for how kids can access online platforms safely and in an age appropriate way. And at Roblox, we'll keep updating our systems. We believe in a multi-layered approach to safety. This is just one piece of that puzzle. And as technology improves and more things become available, we'll keep rolling that out to keep making the platform safer and age appropriate for our kids.
And of course, parents should always be mindful of how much time, I guess, kids are spending on the various screens.
Yeah, we have in our parental controls, we have screen time limits that you can set. I know for my daughter, I set limits on her actual tablet. So most platforms have that kind of setting. But it's really up to individual parents. And, as someone who just got off of winter break, the rules might be different during winter break than they are during the school year. And so we want to make those controls really easy for parents to update and change. And that's why they can do it just right from their own phone whenever they want.
Terrific. So for more info, where's the best place for people to go?
Folks can go to roblox.com/safety center, and there you'll find all kinds of step-by-step guides and tips and tricks and how to use parental controls and how this facial age estimation process works. So you can refer back to those resources anytime you have any questions.
Terrific. It's Roblox, the spelling.
LOX, yes,
Roblox.
that's right.
Eliza Jacobs, thank you so much for spending time with us.
Thanks so much.
The Haven 10,000 lantern is a smartly designed, beautiful solar light that you will love indoors or out. It is waterproof with up to 1,200 lumens of brightness, that's a lot of light, and the base becomes a flashlight at the push of a button. The power comes from a built-in lithium-ion battery recharged by the sun, the solar panel is built in, or USB-C. The battery can even recharge your phone. Did we mention how durable it is? How it folds down and can run for up to 120 hours on a charge? But the real power of the Haven Lantern comes from the people behind it and their mission to provide this quality lighting to those in the world who need it most, including in disaster emergencies. Your purchase helps to fund those efforts, and if you use the code Techstination20, you'll get it at a 20% discount. That's Techstination20 at havenlantern.com. Create your haven.